Tom Stewart handed a 4-week suspension, Hodgie. What did you make of it? Correct call?
Yeah, he couldn't have done 3 there. The people were sort of saying, they asked for 3. There's no way. It was a 4 or 5 week. I hate the people that are going hard at Tom saying, that's a dog act, he should have got more, what was he doing? Like, that was a split-second decision, and you've been in the position where so many times, and you got blokes flying, this game goes that fast, people are that big. He made an error, and you could sort of see his face afterwards, talking to a lot of the Geelong people, hear what they're saying, how much that affected him. It's not in his nature. It's not the kind of person he is. But in saying that, he put his hand up. He did the wrong thing. He didn't make any excuses for what he did, and he's going to have to sit back and watch his teammates. And look, how tough this season is. It's going to be a tough 4 weeks for him sitting back watching. Just with you lose a couple of games, you look at the Lions, they've gone from first to third, and if they lose on the weekend, they could pop down to 6 all in the space of 2 weeks.
Yeah, North Melbourne, Melbourne, Carlton and Port Adelaide games that he will miss. Some don't have as much sympathy as you, and sort of discussed this yesterday. And David King was strong with this on Gerard, saying, look, these players, they rarely make an error, really, when they've got the footy in their hands or how athletically gifted they are. So to say that it was a split-second mistake in the moment is giving them a get-out. But you think there's still errors that occur by these elite professional athletes that, move their body in pretty significant and impressive ways. You still think there's an out for Tom Stewart on this one?
There's no out because he put his hand up, he made a mistake. Everyone's allowed to make mistakes. He opted to bump when he shouldn't have went past the ball. If he had got 4 or 5, we'd have sat back and gone, yep, no problems at all. He put his hand up. He didn't even argue a defence for himself because he knew he was in the wrong. But for people to sit back and say that, they hardly make a mistake. Players make so many mistakes out in the ground. Like we talk about umpires making mistakes. Umpires make 8 out of 10 correct. If I was a player and I was making 8 out of 10 correct, you'd be the best player in the world. It doesn't happen. With 44 players out there running around, you got 36 on the ground. How fast the ball movement, they've got so much going on. Yes, players are allowed to make mistakes. If you're not making mistakes, you're not having a crack. So I find it's a bit harsh that people go out there and say, he knew what he was doing. No, he didn't. As I said, he opted to bump. He made the wrong decision then and got him high. Didn't mean to get him high, got him high, and he's copped the punishment from it. But, I still feel that how fast that game is and how quick you got to make decisions, mate. I've been there. I've done the wrong thing, so I can't sit back and say, no, you got to throw him to the wolves. He made a mistake. Everyone does it, and anyone who says that they don't are lying to himself.
What was the longest you were suspended for ever?
3 weeks.
And what was that for?
Swallow. Right. Grabbed me from behind, I turned around, and I got him in the chin. And once again, I had no defence. I did the wrong thing. I put my hand up, and as I said, out there you make a decision, and as soon as you do it and it's the wrong decision, you don't need people abusing you or people having a shot at Tommy Stewart. He's a good fella. He made a mistake, and that's where I know everyone's sitting back and we forget about Dion Prestia. Look, you don't want to see his family, and that's to understand why you could go the 4 or 5 weeks because of what he's been through. He missed out on the rest of that game. He misses out on this game coming up. So yes, you definitely feel for Dion, and hopefully he has no long-lasting effects from the incident.